All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, all the honor, all the glory to Yahawah, Ba'Hashem Yahawashai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, unto the elders, a great millstone. GMS who tell me this truth. Honors to all the Akim, you brethren out there that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And the water, Yahawah, Ba'Hashem Yahawashai, for allowing me to come out here once again onto the highways, into the byways, all right, preaching and teaching, all right, in the names of Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashai, man. All right, and when we come out here, we come out to prophesy, which means to say before, all right, we're supposed to prophesy against this wicked kingdom, America, all right, the ruler that's in the midst thereof, which is Esau, Edom, all right, prophesying to our people, all right, as I have right here, the 12 tribes, all right, our people, in particular, the elect, but we prophesy to all of our people to warn them of the things to come, so that when they come, you know, our hands are clean from their blood, all right? Now, when that time comes, they can't say they wasn't warned, all right, because we're out here daily. We put up our lessons daily. You have brothers that go out to the highways and hedges. It could be day in and day out, if the Most High has blessed them to do so, or week in and week out, whatever it may be. You know, and that's the thing, we gotta warn. All right, we gotta warn of the RFID chip that's gonna come on these streets. All right, we gotta warn about the destruction, the famine, the death, all these things that are gonna befall America. All right, and since I mentioned that, let me start here in the book of Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel 33, verse 1, and it says, "Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people." Now the children of thy people is the Israelites. And it says, "Say unto them, I will bring a sword upon the land. If the people of the land take a man of their cost and set him as their watchman," and that's right, and that's what we are. We're the watchmen. Go to Isaiah 62:6. It talks about how I've set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Okay, and it says, "If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, and he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head." You see, so right now, like right now, we're blowing the trumpet. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna grab this as well. This is the book of Joel. Salak. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. And it says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the earth tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh. It is nigh at hand." And that's right. And we're coming to where Yahawah, the Father, Abba, which means Father, sent his son, Yahawashai, okay, his only son. All right, that day is nigh. All right, it's not afar off. It's real nearer than what we believe. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're blowing the trumpet. We're warning the people. How are we blowing the trumpet? By coming out in the highways and hedges. All right, giving warning from Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi of the things that are gonna come. You know, all right, and we're supposed to warn you, because if we don't, then that blood is gonna be upon our hands, and then the Most High is gonna come and visit us. All right. Now it says, "Now he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him." So if you hear us saying that America's gonna be destroyed, all right, if you don't get right with Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi, you don't depart from your evil ways. You know, if you don't do the best of your ability to try to please Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi, and you don't take heed, you hear the exhortation, the warning, you don't take heed, well then the blood's gonna be upon you, upon your own head. You ain't gonna have anybody to blame but yourself. All right, and it says, and whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet took not warning, if the sword come take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So if you actually take heed, you actually listen, you be like, oh damn, you know, actually what he's saying, I can understand. I actually, man, I can see it. You actually take warning. You have a great opportunity to save your own life, to save yourself, man. All right. If you actually believe, and that's the thing, you're gonna be saved by your belief and your faith in Yahawah, Yahawashi, all right, in Yahawashi, man. Okay. All right. Because like, let me see this. Let's go to Galatians. This is Galatians chapter 2, verse 16. It says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law. Because now you had this one cat, really the Sakari cat, talking about, oh, I keep all the laws, you know. That's why I wear my fringes. You know, getting on men that they ain't wearing their fringes all the time. According to the scriptures, man, or really, you can't keep all the laws here, man. It's physically and literally impossible for an individual to keep the laws, man. To keep the laws perfectly, man. All right, we go off every day. All right, not even knowing it. You know, we go off of just the clothes we wearing. You know, the food we eat. We really don't know what we're eating, man. The scriptures talk about how that our bread shall be defiled amongst the heathen, man. You know, so us men, we can't keep the law perfect, but that doesn't mean, we don't go around knowing that, oh, well, I know we can't keep all the law, brother, you know, but I'm gonna eat pork still. You know, I can't give up that shrimp, brother. You know, I like the shrimp. Or you know, I know she got a man, but I'm gonna hit it anyway. You know, I ain't perfect. You know, I can't keep all the laws anyway. You can't be like that, man. All right? You got to keep the laws to the best of your ability, man. And in hopes, which is faith, that Yahawah, Yahawashi, he sees your effort, and that he sees that you're putting forth your best effort in keeping them, knowing that you're in this defiled flesh, knowing that you're in this wicked body, but you want to do the best that you can to keep them, in hopes that he has mercy on you and compassion, man. All right, you can't keep all the laws, man. It's physically impossible. The only one that truly kept the laws perfectly is our Lord Yahawashi, man. He was a just man. He never sinned in time when he came as our Lord Yahawashi. Now he did sin as Solomon, all right, because our Lord Yahawashi, he came back as he was Adam, all right. He was Melchizedek, he was Isaac, and also he came back, he was also Solomon. All right. Okay, and then he came back as himself, Yahawashi, man. All right. Because Solomon, what does Solomon do? Solomon sinned, right? Now, when you go to the book of Nehemiah, it tells you what King Solomon did. All right. You know, King Solomon, he you know, and he was a great king. You know, he was the greatest king of Israel, man. Now you have King David that was also a great king, but in David's reign, there was never 40 years of peace. All right, with King Solomon, there was no war, there was nothing, man. It was all peace, you know. But King Solomon, he did also go off, man, because he started worshiping. Because King Solomon, he had what? 1,000 women. He had 7,000 wives and 300 concubines. All right. Now, in order to please those women, what did he do? He worshipped their gods. Okay. He worshipped the gods. All right. And when you go to Exodus, the first chapter, it talks about what? Let me grab it real quick. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And it says, and Yahawah spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no gods before me. So that's the first one. No gods before him. Thou shalt have no gods before him. Or thou shalt have no gods before me. And it says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is above heaven, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. So the Most High, he covered everything. You can't go to the heavens to worship anything on this earth beneath, or any of the water beneath. He covered it all. And he says, thou shalt not bow down thyself, nor serve them. It says, for I am the Lord thy power. I am a jealous power. visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of those that love me and keep my commandments. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. Why? Because that's how you show your love to the Most High. All right, by keeping His commandments. All right, that's the whole duty of the man, the Israelite man, woman, and child. Okay.
What are you guys doing?
I'm preaching the word.
Preaching the word?
Yeah, the Bible. That's what I'm doing, sucker. This is Ecclesiasticus. What you think I'm doing, man? I ain't breakdancing or nothing out here, dumbass. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahawah and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man, and that's the whole duty of man, in particular the Israelite man. All right, because those were the only men, really the only nation that was given the law and the statutes and the commandments and the judgments of Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. All right, let me grab this as well through the Spirit. This is Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12, and it says, and now Israel. Now when it says, and now Israel, is talking about the Israelites. It's talking about the people whom you see on the sign, man. All right, the people who you see on the sign, that's who it's talking about. It's talking about those people, so-called Negroes all the way down to the so-called Mexicans, all right? Judah all the way down to Issachar. All right, and it says, and now Israel, what doth the Lord thy power require of thee? So these are the things in which our power requires from us, all right? And it says, but to fear the Lord thy power. So you're supposed to fear Yahawah, okay? All right, because He's the one that could destroy both soul and body in hell, man. All right, He could kill you, man. All right, He had both life and death are in His hands, man. All right. Matter of fact, this is the book of 1 Samuel. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6, and it says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Plain, simple, to the point. All right. If He wants to kill you, He can kill you. If He wants to heal you, He'll heal you. Or you know, that also says in the book of Deuteronomy as well. But I'll grab it too. But if He wants to make you alive, well, just like Paul, he was stoned, but the Most High brought him back because Paul had a job to do. You know, Paul was real. He was a man that he was entrusted with a task, man. All right, that's why when you look at the New Testament, majority of the books in the New Testament are really, if you when you think about it, more than half of the New Testament are all the epistles of Paul, and that goes to show that Paul, he was that man was on fire. That man was different, man. You know, he was built different, man. All right. And really, you know, the reason he was so diligent is because he was being directly taught by our Lord, man, Yahawashi. You know? All right, Paul was a real diligent man. You know, when you go to if through the Spirit, if I remember, I'll grab it. But you have an account where Peter, you know, was pretty much, telling, bringing up Paul, man. You know, our beloved brother Paul, man. You know? Damn, man. But it says this, but to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all His ways, and to love Him, and to serve the Lord thy power, Yahawah, with all thine heart and with all thy soul. And that's what we must do to the best of our ability, man. Okay? Now, let me grab this in the book of Deuteronomy. Stay in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and 39. It says this. It says, seeing now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So the Most High, He wounds, He heals, really, to really just cut it short, he does everything, both good and evil. All right. Let me grab that. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7 or verse 5. Isaiah 45 and 5. It says, I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I gird thee that it says, I gird thee though thou hast not known me, that they may know me from the rising of the sun and from the west, and there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there was none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So he does everything, man. He does all these things. Everything that you could think of, man. All of it. Every last bit of it, man. From little old ladies getting hit by buses, babies being, born missing legs. Whatever the case may be, man, the Most High, he does it all. Everything that you could think of, he's behind it. You get in a car crash, you break your leg, all right? Somebody come up and stab you. Guess who did it? The Most High did it, man. Because he has spirits out here that are created for vengeance, man. All right? And this is the time where the Most High, he's really going to start turning up on you Israelites, you wicked Israelites. All right? You Edomites. He coming for everybody, man. All right? Ain't no respect of persons, man. You don't care who you are. Look what happened to Kobe, man. Kobe is one of the greatest players ever, man. You know, one of the closest guys to be like MJ, man, you know, and the Most High even took him out, and not only just him, his daughter, man, had him die and burn in a helicopter crash, man. It said that they couldn't even his body was unknown, you know, and for his daughter, they couldn't even find her. They disintegrated her. She was completely, the Most High eviscerated them, man, tore them apart, man. So that just goes to show you why you have to fear YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. Because look, really, when you think about it, man, our power, he's gangster, man. Like he's real. Like you have Jakes out here that be like, I'm the OG, triple OG, OG, triple. You know, I'm a real G. I'm a real gangster. You know. Well, the Most High, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, he's the real gangster, man. He's a real killer, man. You know? And that's why you gotta fear him, man. He ain't no game. He ain't playing games, man. He ain't the dude to just be joking around and messing around, man. Alright? He's an austere man, man. He ain't nobody to just be messing with, man. Alright? So let me come back here in Galatians 2 and 16. It says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, and that's why that's why I was holding Nehemiah. So let me go back to Nehemiah, because you can't be justified by the law. You can't keep the law perfectly, man. It's impossible. And when I say that, I'm not saying don't keep it. You keep it to the best of your ability, man. You best be keeping it to the best of your ability, man. All right. Because if you willing sinfully, man, are you knowing that you ain't supposed to be doing this, but you just don't care, man, then that's a bad look, man. But as long as you're trying your best to do all that you can, man, that's all the Most High is looking for. He's looking for the effort, man. A lot of people don't put no effort. A lot of people don't put no care, all right, to the works and the will of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. All right, that's why the scriptures consistently always goes into what? Being diligent. All right. Now, when you look up the word diligent, if I remember correctly, all right, the word diligent goes into showing care and conscientiousness in one's work or duty. So you got to show care, especially to this work, man. All right, you can't be lollygagging. Oh, I'll get to it later. No, you got to be. This got to be your first priority, man. All right, wake up, pray, send up your prayers, man. All right, you may fix up something to eat. You know, fill yourself up. You know, get your spirit rolling. Watch some brothers. All right, might make a lesson. Come out on the highways and hedges if you can, man. Do all that what you can, man. Being diligent, you got to show care to it, man. You got to treat this. You got to treat this like a woman, man. All right, because a woman requires what? A lot of attention. All right, and a lot of women, when they see a man into the scriptures a lot, man, they get jealous, man. You always in that book. You always going out with the brothers, huh? You going out with the brothers again? You know, women are. Let me tell you something, man. Women are crazy, man. Women are the ultimate demon, man. You know, it don't get no worse than woman, man. Okay? If you want to learn wickedness, just go to the woman, man. She'll teach you all that you need to know, man. That's how wicked a woman is, man. You know? But the same, like let me give you an example. Like, let's say you in high school, you even now, you know? For example, like in high school, you see a fine girl, man. You know, you see her, man. She's like you, and like Elder Apostle Dahar said, you got some women that are fine, man, super fine. But then you have some women that are fine, like soup. Like here's one girl, she fine, but then this other girl, like you ain't even think about the other girl that's fine because this one's fine, man. And if you're trying to holler at her, you know, you're trying to get a number, you know, you're trying to get to know her. Really, we all know what we're trying to do. We trying to get it in, man. You know, to keep it real, you're trying to get it in, man. Now, you ain't gonna be all lax, man. You ain't gonna be, you know, I ain't gonna really try my best, you know, because you ain't gonna get no box, man. You ain't gonna get nothing. But if you bringing her flowers, man, let's say she be rejecting you still, but you keep on coming, man. You doing all that you can to impress her, you know, trying to get that number, man. Eventually, you're gonna get it, man. But that same energy that you have, that you put forth the effort to get that woman, man, you gotta put it towards this truth, man. All right, you gotta have a certain, you have to have a certain type of fever, man. All right, you have to have some, you have to have a fever for this, man. You know, you want to be like these Israelites that be playing basketball. You know, they be like Ball's life. You know, niggas be sleeping with the basketball. You know, dribbling in the house, all types of stuff, man. Like their whole mentality is, you know, I want to be able to, you know, shoot like Curry, dunk like LeBron. You know, their mentality is, I want to do this basketball, man. You know, I want to become good at this, man. All right, that same mentality, you got to put it towards this truth, man. Okay. Now coming here, because I read in Galatians 2:16, you know, how no man's justified by the law. You know, because we all sin, man. We all come short from the glory of our power, man. And even Solomon did. Even him being a great king, even him went off. And same with David. Everybody, man. Everybody's went off before, man. You know, and these are the things in which, or this is the thing in which Solomon did. It says, this is Nehemiah chapter 13, and I'll start at 23. It says, in those days also saw I Jews. Man, you know, hey, you know that's Jake, man. Jake crazy out here, man. It says, in those days also I saw Jews that had married women of Ashdod and of Moab, or of Ammon and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak it says, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And this is Nehemiah speaking. It says, and I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair. So Nehemiah, him seeing this, his spirit got stirred up in him, man. He was beating Jake's ass, man. You know, it says pluck certain of the hairs. He was ripping Jake's beards out, man. All right. You know, he's ripping this nigga's, give me that beard, man. He was smoking the hairs off him, man. Talking about their beards. Nehemiah the beard snatcher, all right? That's what he was doing, man. He was whooping their ass. And he even said, it says this, I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by the Yahawah, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. It said, did not King Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, because like I was saying, King Solomon, he had 40 years of peace. No other king had that, man. You know? And it says, yet among many nations there was no king like him, who was beloved of his power, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause him to sin. You see, so he sinned by worshiping the woman's gods, man, because he married the Israelite woman, the Egyptian woman, the Moabite woman, Edomite woman, even Edomite woman, you know. But coming back here in Galatians chapter 2 verse 16, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahawashi Hamashiach. See, so by the faith in Yahawashi, man, your hope, your belief in him. That's how you're gonna be justified. That's how you're gonna be saved, man. All right. What did Paul and Silas? Matter of fact, let me grab him, man, because Paul and Silas said to the man that came unto him, and he said, "What must I do to be saved?" And Paul told him straight up. What did Paul tell him? And Paul said, "You better keep the law, and if you don't keep it, you're gonna be destroyed. You better keep keeping all the laws. You know, you can't be doing that, man. You can't keep the laws, man." Only Yahawashi was able to do that, and then the next person that damn near kept the law perfect was Paul, man. Okay, because Paul said that he was a Hebrew of the Hebrews, a Pharisee of the Pharisees. All right, meaning Paul, he knew the law back and forth, up, back, backwards, and forwards, man. You know, but even him, he sinned. You know, he said, "Oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from this body of death?" Because Paul knew that he couldn't keep all the law, man. You know, but he damn near kept all of them. You know, but he still slipped in certain areas, man. You know. But this is Acts chapter 16 verse 31. Matter of fact, let me start at 28. But Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, "Do thyself no harm, for we are all here." Then he called for a light, and it sprang in, and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas. And he brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" And they said, "Believe on the Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach, and thou shalt be saved and thy house." You see, so that's how you're going to be saved, by believing in the Lord, man. And not only just you, but your own household as well. Okay? So let me come back here, Galatians 2 and 16. It says, "But by the faith of Yahawashi Hamashiach, even we have believed in Yahawashi Hamashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of the anointed, or the Messiah, all right, the Hamashiach, and not by the works of the law, for by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified." You see, it's all about faith, man. Okay, it's all about hope, which is faith. All right, a lot of people don't know what faith is, man. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Knowing, it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." So your faith is the something that you hope for, man. You know, you might hope that you get to work safe. Now you haven't seen it, but you hope that it happens. You know, all right. You might hope that you might go to a fire restaurant. You know, you hoping that the food is fire. You hope that it's good. Now you haven't seen it, you haven't tasted it, but your expectation is that when it gets there, it is so, man. It's faith. Okay, and it says, and this is another, again, a book of Paul. All right, Paul wrote the book of Hebrews. It says, "For by it the elders obtained a good report." It says, "Through faith we understand." It says, "Through faith we understand that the worlds were formed by the word of Yahweh, so that," it says, "so that things which are seen were not made of the things that do appear. By faith Abel offered unto the Most High a more exceeding," it's like a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. It says, "by which he obtained witnesses that he was righteous, Yahweh testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh." Now it said, did I bring a water? I don't know if I brought my water. It's all right. But it says, by faith, Enoch was transferred that he should not see death. And that's right, because Enoch, there's two people. You had Enoch and Elijah. All right, now Enoch and Elijah, they didn't seek death. All right, the Most High, he just straight took them and they went straight into the heavens. Okay, they didn't die, man. Okay, now it says, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because Yahawah had translated him. For by his translation he had this testimony that he had pleased the Most High. And if you could believe, if you believe it through the Spirit, if the Most High, if you could receive it, Elijah, because Enoch, you know, Enoch, when Enoch is translated, I always think about Elijah as well. Elijah came back as Abba Bibbis through the Spirit, man. Because through him we all were woken up, man. All right, and the Spirit and the scriptures talk about how Elijah shall return in the last days. You know, roughly paraphrasing. Now it says this, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. So if you don't have faith, it's impossible for you to please YAHAWASHI, man. You ain't gonna be able to please him, man. All right, but just like in anything, you have to ask the Most High for that faith. All right, because faith is a gift. Faith, belief. All right, you know, faith, belief, all that are all gifts from YAHAWASHI, man. You can't go to your local liquor store and hey, let me get a half pint of that faith. You can't do that, man. That all that comes from on high, man. All right. Now I said you pray because you have to pray, man. All right. But you got to pray that you have to pray believing that whatsoever you ask of him, that you will receive him, that you receive those things. All right. And you don't want to be asking the Most High, oh, can I get that nice car? You know, can I get that you know, worldly shit, man? You can't be asking the Most High for that, man. You gotta ask for the things that you need, man. Which most importantly is faith, belief, strength. All right, more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so on and so forth, man. All right, the things of this world, man, ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. But this is Mark chapter 11, verse 24. Wherefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, and this is what our Lord Yahawashi said. It says, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. You see? So you got to pray that you, whatever you ask of him, in faith, that you, whatever you ask of him, that you believe that you receive them, guess what? You're going to have them. Okay? The Most High ain't gonna cut you short, man. You know, as long as you're doing right by him, he's going to do right by you, man. You know? All right? Matter of fact, I got a precept in mind, but I'm going to finish this. I'm going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter. Now it says this. Verse 6, back here in Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahawah must believe that he is. And that's what his name means. Yahawah means he is, or he exists. Alright? Alright, you have some cats that think his name is Yahya, Yeshaya, or Yahya, you know, or Jesus, or Yeshua, or Yahuwah. It ain't none of those names, man. When Moses asked Yahawah to, okay, well, when I come to the children of Israel, what name should I say that sent me? And he says that I am that I am. Now, Moses couldn't say I am that I am. All right? Because he would be referring to himself if he did so. All right? He couldn't say I am that I am because he hasn't existed from the beginning of time. Only the Most High has, man. All right? A good example I have, because it's a grammar thing. All right? A good example I have is like, let's say, you know, I was getting together with two brothers. You know, I'm at the house, I'm getting my garment put up in the bag, got my scriptures, I got the tripod, charging up the phone, woo-to-woo, the whole big deal, you know? And let's say a brother's already here with me. All right. Let's say my woman answers the door. The brother's knocking on the door. All right. Let's say she opens the door, let him in, might give him some water, whatever the case may be. She come upstairs and she says, she's not gonna say she's not gonna say I'm here. She's gonna say he's here. All right. That's what Moses had to say. All right. He couldn't say I am that I am. He has to say he's here, because that's what he is. Because he's here. Yahweh was telling Moses, tell him I'm here. I'm everywhere. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm here. I am. All right. Now it says, for he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You see, and that's what you got to do. Diligently seek the Most High. Verse 7, by faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet. You see, things not seen as yet. Because what the Most High warned Noah about? He told him that, hey, I'm going to send the destruction, man. I see this world is wicked, you know, and I'm angry. So I'm going to send a flood. I'm going to send rain, all right, in which you have never seen before, okay? And nobody ever seen rain in those times, man. Now, when it rains, like if it started raining right now, man, I wouldn't be like the people back then in Noah. And when it was raining, people were probably bugging out. You know, what's that? What's going? You know, people would just be tripping out. I can only imagine, man. See, now it's not so now today, because we're accustomed to rain. When it rains, we just say, hey, yo, it's raining. You know, it's a thing that we're just it's a normal thing, you know, that we're used to. All right, back then it never occurred. All right, scriptures talk about how the dew, you know, watered the earth in those times, man. You know, if you wake up early enough, you can see what you call mist coming up from the ground. All right, that's how the earth was watered before, man. Okay. And it says, by faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of righteousness, which is what? By faith. You see, so by faith. Everything is faith, man. Everything. Everything that you do is faith, man. Okay? Now, let me grab this as well. This is Romans chapter 14, verse 23. Let me see. Romans chapter 14 and 19. It says, let us therefore follow after the things which let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another. You see, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be edifying one another. All right, let's go to Hebrews, back to Hebrews chapter 3. And Salakia. See where this is at. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 13. It says, but exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. So that's what we're supposed to be doing, exhorting one another daily. All right. As I made the lesson, was it yesterday? It's all about being daily in this, man. Always being in the scriptures. And if you ain't in the scriptures, your mind needs to be in the scriptures, man. If you ain't making a lesson, your mind has to be working on or thinking about a lesson to make. All right. If you ain't reading, you're watching. All right. And if you ain't watching, you're working. You got to be doing something, man. Always daily. You got to be diurnal, day after day after day after day after day. No ifs, no ands, or buts about it. Okay? YAHAWASHI, he was daily, man. All right? Paul was daily. All right? When you go to the book of Acts, let me grab it one more. Let me grab it. Let me see what I'm holding here. All right, I could drop that. Let me grab this. Acts chapter 16. Verse 16, or I'm sorry, Acts 17 and 16. Now, while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogues with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. You see? So he was in the marketplace daily, man. Okay? Same with our Lord Yahawashi, man. He was in there daily. What's that? Luke 19. Let me see if I can find it. This is Luke chapter 19. And let me see. Yep, here it is. Luke 19 and 47. Now it says this. And this is talking about Yahawashi. And it says, and he taught daily in the temple. But the chief priests and the scribes and the chief of the people sought to destroy him. Why? Because they didn't like the message that Yahawashi was bringing, man. All right? The scribes and the Pharisees were all about money, man. All right? You know? And that's why their main goal was to try to get rid of Yahawashi, man. Because they was messing up they organization, you would say. You know? I don't know if there's another one in here. I know it's in Luke. If I can't find it, I'll just move on. I'll just go back to Romans. I believe it's in here, Luke 19 and Lakia, bear with me 1 second. It's all right. No worries. All right, so let me just go back to Romans. Going on faith again, or going back to faith. It says this. Romans chapter 14 verse 19, let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another. For meat destroy, it says, for meat destroy not the work of Yahawah. All things needful are pure, but it is evil for that man who eateth with offense. It is good, it says, it is good neither to eat flesh, nor to drink wine, nor anything whereby the brother slumbereth, or is offended, or is made weak. It says, hast thou faith? Have it to thyself, therefore. It says, have it to thyself before Yahawah. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in the thing which, happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth. And he that doubteth is damned if he eateth, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. You see? So whatever is not of faith is sin. Okay? That's why we have to have that faith. Alright? Which is what? Hope. Why? Because we are saved by hope. This is the book of Romans 8 verse 24. For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for it? So, like the brother out there, the elder out there in Sacramento, Yahawah, he always gives a good example on like when we were youngsters. You know, you have, you know, our parents, you know, we all worship Christmas or birthdays and all that, you know. Now, you might, when those times come, whether it be a birthday or, you know, Christmas, or mainly those two, those wicked holidays, you know, back when you were in the world, you would desire what? You would desire maybe a jersey or some new shoes, you know, a game system, you know, maybe a new basketball hoop, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever you wanted, You know, but let's say you came across, let's say your mama, she left towards, let's just say she left to the store or something. You know, she accidentally, you know, left her stuff that was for you on the bed. You know, and you know it's going to be your birthday tomorrow. Now you saw that, and you know you've been hoping for it, and you've seen it. You're not going to be hoping for it, man. Once you open the present, you ain't going to be all excited and this, that. You already seen it. You ain't going to be hoping for it, man. But if you haven't seen it, that's where hope kicks in, you know. It says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is not seen, it's like it, but hope that is not seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for it? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. And that's right. We patiently wait for a lot of things, man. We patiently wait for this kingdom and this wicked man, this Edomite, to go down. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen him be dethroned, you know, but we know it's going to happen. We have faith. We have hope that that's going to happen, man. You know, that's our faith. That's our expectation, okay? Our hope that we see those things which we desire. The downfall of this man, the destruction of Babylon, all right, the salvation of our Lord and our Savior, Yahawashi HaMashiach. You know, we ain't seen him come in the fathership. We ain't seen him come with the thousands of heaven, you know. But that our faith is that we will. Our hope is that we will, okay? That we do see these things, all right? Faith is going to be a key ingredient to the times to come, man. You know, faith is going to go a long way, man. Faith, your trust, and your belief, and your fear also in Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahawashai, man. Okay? Let me see. See where I want to go. Salakia. Let me grab this. You know, on hope. Bear with me. Matter of fact, let's go back to Hebrews. Let's go back to Hebrews 11 and verse 8. It says, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go up out of the place which, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and went, and it says, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned into the land of promise, as in a such strange country, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him after the same promise. And he looked for the city which has foundations, whose builders and markers is Yahawah. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, because when you go to Genesis 17, I believe, Genesis chapter 17, and Genesis 17 and 15. And Yahweh said unto Abraham, as for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings and people shall be of her. And Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him? that is 100 years old, and shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear, because she was up at an older age, you know. But yet, like it said in Hebrews, through faith she still conceived, you know. And let's read on. It says, and Abraham said unto Yahweh, O that Ishmael might live before thee. And Yahweh said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed. Thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful. I will and multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he begot, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. So no matter what, that covenant was still established with Isaac, and it was for an everlasting covenant. It never changed, and never has been, and never will be. Okay? Now coming back here, it says, verse 12, therefore sprang there even one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. Because Israel is you know, the scriptures talk about how, you know, Israel is like a sand of the sea, you know, because there's so many Israelites, man. You know, we're everywhere, man. We're a great nation, man, you know. And it says, verse 13, these all did die in faith, not having received the promises. And that's right, because Isaac and Rebekah and Abraham and Sarah, they haven't received the promise. No one has, you know. All right, but that promise is soon gonna come, man. Okay. And it says these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and convinced that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. And that's right, because the scriptures talk about how you must be as pilgrims upon the earth. Always, no matter what, you always got to be on the move, man. Especially in the times to come, man. You know, because we're coming into what? Perilous times. Verse 14, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly, wherefore Yahweh is not ashamed to be called their God. As it says, for he has prepared for them a city. And that's right, because the Most High, he has a kingdom prepared for us, man. You know? And it says, and that's the thing, that city is what? Israel, man. You know? We're going to go back into our land, man. The Most High, he's going to set us back in our land. All right? You read about that in the book of Ezekiel. All right? Let me grab it real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, because we're scattered abroad. And it says, whether they be gone and out, it says, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king of them all, which is going to be King David. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. And that's what you have here. You have what? You have the southern and the northern kingdom. Right now we're split, but the Most High, he's going to bring us back together. We're no longer going to be two nations, man. We're going to be one nation, man. All right, we ain't going to be divided no more, man. All right. And it says and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with the distasteful things, nor with any of the transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power, and David my servant shall be king over them, and it says, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And it says, and they shall dwell therein, even they, and their children, and their children's children, forevermore. And my servant David shall be prince over them forever. So we're going to inherit the kingdom forever, man. Ain't nobody going to be able to dethrone us. Why? Because we're never going to go off, man. The reason every time Israel ever got put into slavery or were conquered is because we went against the power, man. We went and we sinned against them, man. But we ain't gonna be able to be sinning, man. Because the Most High, He's gonna make us perfect. He's gonna establish us, or He's gonna establish the new covenant with us. That's what the new covenant's all about. About being made perfect, man. About Him writing the laws in our minds and our inward parts, man. We're gonna be like Superman, but we ain't gonna be. The kryptonite ain't gonna be able to hurt us, man. Because that's the only thing that could kill Superman. All right, you got a bullet with kryptonite. You got a knife dipped in some kryptonite. You stab him. You know, you can whoop his ass real quick, man. You know, but see, the kryptonite is sin. We ain't gonna have that, man. And it says, moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. I will place them and multiply them, and I will set them in my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacles also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the. It says, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. And this is our future, man. What I just read, that's the future of Israel. All right, all Israel, but first and foremost, starting with the elect. Okay. Reading on, it says, coming back here in Hebrews 11. Let me jump around. Let me see. Verse 20. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both sons of Joseph. All right, which is Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay, and it says, and worship leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, he was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw that he was a proper child. And then when you read in the book of Exodus, that Pharaoh at that time, he was telling to kill all the males, all the male children, because when you read it, it talks about how the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied, you know. All right, and one way to kill a nation is to kill what? Kill the men, because that's where seed prospers. That's where the nation prospers and grows and grows and grows. But you take away the men, sooner or later that nation's gonna wither away, you know. But the women, the parents hid Moses because he was a different type of child, man. They saw that he was a proper child, man, and knowing that they might have been put to death for doing so, they still had faith that, you know, that he was gonna be a good man, and he was. You know, Moses, he did a good work, man. You know, going through the Red Sea, dealing with the wicked of our people, man. You know, Moses, he had to go through a lot, man. You know, all right. And even him, you know, he kind of went off because he said something the Most High didn't like, and then the Most High caused him to die, and not even to. He had the people go to the Promised Land, but he himself, he couldn't go in. You know, he died, man. You know, but yet, and that's the thing. Moses, the Most High, he loved Moses. You know, all right, and he's gonna come back. You know, And it says, by faith, it says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, meaning when he got older, it says, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. You see? Reading on, it says, esteeming reproach of Christians greater riches than the treasures of Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, as seeing him who is invincible or invisible. Therefore faith he kept the Passover and sprinkled in the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should be touched them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as a dry land, which the Egyptians assaying to do were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab, let this pass, and it says, by faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spices with peace, because she did a good work. She hit the Israelite man, and in return, you know, when Joshua came in, they didn't touch her and her family. You know, they showed mercy for the most part. They didn't kill her or her family, but everybody else got messed up, man. And it says, verse 32. And what more? It says, and what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and of Barak and of Samson and of Japheth, of David also and Samuel and of the prophets, because all those men had faith. All right, and that's what we must do, or that's what we must have in these last days. Pray for faith. Just as the apostles did in Jeremiah 7:5. You know, they asked the Lord to what? Increase our faith. You know, because that's what's going to get us through these times. So, you know, with that, you know, I'm gonna end it there through the Spirit. Pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, comforting. As always, I would love to give all praises, all the honor, all the glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. And double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone. GMS who taught me this truth. Honors to all the Akim out there that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to the next time I say, brother, Shalom.